supposed to be down at the bottom. My bro told me go get him, I got him. You walk with God, you better not doubt him.
David, wake up.
What's going on, folks? This is volume 2, NBA playoffs round 1, 2022, and just breaking down the matchups for this year and what the teams got to do to make it to the next round. So yeah, I'm just gonna tell you guys a little bit of some injury reports. Curry, I heard he's gonna be back, but he's gonna be on a minute restriction. Kawhi, you never know with him. He doesn't say nothing. Team doesn't say nothing. So there's always a chance he can come back. Robert Williams from the Celtics. I heard he's gonna come back toward the ending of the series if it goes that far. Luka, he's out game 1 at least. Ja, he's be back for game 1. Jamal Murray. He's ramping up things, so if Jokic can make it to the second round, there might be a chance they can get Murray. Ben Simmons, that guy needs a lot of help. Someone help him, please. I don't even know about him. Lonzo Ball, he's out for the season. Levine from the Bulls, he'll be back too. He should be back for game 1 as well too. And like I said last year, the healthiest team is gonna win. So I'll go from 2 to 7 down, and then 1 and 8 seed. I'll do those towards the end. So I'm gonna start off in the Western Conference, and Memphis versus Minnesota. I think it's a pretty good matchup because Memphis, they're a young team, but them boys are a real fiery team. They got a good leader with Ja. And he's a confident kid, and it trickles down to the rest of the team. So they're really a confident bunch that has even played very well without their leader. 20-4. The last 24 games, Ja that has been out. They got Dylan Brooks now. He's been back 20-30 games now. Gets another fire punch as well. And, candidate for Coach of the Year, Tyler Jenkins. Has been really coaching these guys really, really well. But another thing, these guys are really, really young and haven't been through the trenches yet. So that could affect them. But Minnesota, they're really up and down team. They do got 2 All-Stars, Angelo and Karl Towns. And, Edwards as a rising star as well too. And, hopefully they can, put all the pieces together. They got a lot of gritty guys as well on that team. Hopefully they can put the pieces together and, make a run. So they do have a shot, but this one I'm going with Memphis. I gotta go with Memphis on this one, especially that they got home court. 3-6 matchup, Golden State and Denver. Golden State, I think they will be fine with all their pieces. They have Clay, a bit of Steph. Clay has been getting reps now, so I'm sure he's pretty comfortable now. And Wiggins has been there for a while. Draymond, he's been battling injuries for this year, but at least he's there. They got all their guys. I guess except for James Wiseman, the big man. I heard he's not coming back. But there's such a winning atmosphere. One of the better defensive teams, even though they score at a high rate offensively. Wiggins got to step up as well too. Just like he is an all-star this year, he got to play like an all-star as well. For Denver, they always got a chance if Jokic, could have a chance to win MVP this year. If they have him around, they always got a chance. But no Murray, no Porter. I always say, this is the best team from 1 to 15. They just got a lot of pieces, really, really good players, but just a lot of injuries this year. And it would depend on how Steph is, how Draymond's health is. Denver do got a shot, but this one I'll go with Golden State. And next up, Mavs versus Jazz. Luka is not playing first game. I don't know if he's even going to be ready for game 2. I'm glad that they got rid of Porzingis, which was the best decision on the offseason. Big pickup was Spencer Dinwiddie as well too, because he can do some stuff Luka can do. No one else on the team can run the show maybe as close as Dinwiddie, so that's a big pickup for them. When Luka's out, but without Luka, things are just not the same, right? So you can even look at the record without him, right? And Utah Jazz is very, very, very good team, very, very well coached team. And if they don't at least make it out the first round this year, they might as well break up, as they should. And they've been struggling a little bit after Ingles got injured. They haven't been the same. But they're a veteran team that have been together for a while. They know what it takes. They just got to go out there and hoop, right? So as long as Rudy and Donovan are on the same page, I don't think they have a problem with this series, right? So I'm going with Jazz with this series. And on the Eastern side, one of the better series, Boston versus Nets. This series is going to be a close one. I believe it's going to go to game 7 for sure. And they're missing Williams, the inside, protecting the paint, but they do have Horford and Thias. They got to really step up. And I really is going to come down to Jason and Jaylen Brown. Are they really going to trust each other? Playoffs, things are going to be a little tighter, so the trust has to be even more with them two, with the coaching staff, with their teammates. As Marcus Smart got angry earlier in the season, and Jalen and Jason sat down, had a conversation about the roles. That's when things completely shifted for them in the season as they went on their streak. And they've been now one of the best defensive teams. Matter of fact, the best defensive team in the league, right? So I think it's just going to come down to trust with those guys, because they've been playing well for the last 2 months. They just got to continue what they've been doing. And for the Nets, I hope, I'm saying this, yes, I'm going to say it on the mic, I hope they don't win, because it shows the people who are watching, the players, the kids that are watching, that this is the way to win. You can take nights off and miss half of the season on purpose, be disarrayed, shenanigans going on, and still win a championship. But that's not the way to win. That's not the way team sports go, right? And there's a very high chance they won't win, even if they pass this round, right? Because you need chemistry to go through the trenches, when the game gets close. Are you gonna be able to trust each other? What are we gonna do, right? A lot of new teammates, Harden leaving because of all the craziness that's going on, right? And there's really no chemistry, right? So they're gonna really struggle when times get tough. For the Bucks and Bulls, this is an easy one. Bucks got Bulls number on this one. And I believe they're one of the favorites to win the whole thing, right? They've been clicking on all cylinders. I would assume that they would have been number 1 in the East if they didn't get a lot of injuries in the beginning of the season, which they were able to recover because they got Giannis holding it down for them. He's getting better. His free throws are getting better, and I'm happy for the guy. For the Bulls, there's a lot of injuries, unfortunate. Ball's out, Caruso's out, and before that, they're one of the best teams in the country, right? But now they're just it's just not the same team, right? So they don't have a chance at this one. And my best series is Sixers and Raptors. Just a simple fact that Joel Embiid is scared of Raptors, and Raptors love to play Embiid and the Sixers. And this matchup, I really like it because it's such a great chess match. And Embiid said it himself, who's the hardest team to face? He said in an interview, the Raptors. How they swarm him, the schemes that they put on him, right? So if Joel can't get over his fear, he's gonna struggle. Fireball, He's not vaccinated, so he's gonna miss the home games, which will really hurt Sixers because he's the best defender. Right, Danny Green is getting old. He can't really guard people as he used to. Right, the trade, they lost a lot of pieces, gave a lot of pieces away. Harden got to be Harden, absolutely. But the Raptors, I like how they put fear in Embiid. The schemes that they put, Coach Nick is one of the best coaches, if the best coach. He might take the Laker job next season. Who knows, right? But how he plays Embiid, how he even plays all superstars. He has such great schemes for them that, it really scares them and put fear into them, right? So it's going to be an exciting match from game to game, from quarter to quarter. Everything is going to matter in this matchup, and, at the end of the day, NBA is about matchups, This team could be good, this team could be rolling, but if you don't have the right matchups, it can really be a big blowout. Right, but this one I'm really excited about, and I'll go Sixers in 7. Just the fact that Joel Embiid has gone through what he needed to go through with the Raptors, about twice. So it'll be the third time now. So he knows what to expect, even though he's still scared. But I think he has enough to get over to the next round. All right. On the west side, 1-8 matchup, Suns versus the Pelicans, and I would say that's an easy matchup for the Suns. Just the simple fact that Pelicans have struggled all year because of the disarray of Zion and injuries and all that has been going on, but they have been one of the better teams the second half of the year, and picking up McCollum has helped them all out too. But Suns have just been the most dominant team throughout the year, right? So it's going to be very difficult to beat that team, right? And if Suns are going to ever win a chip, I think it's this year. They have the best chance to win it this year, right? So, hopefully CP3, Devin Booker, and Big Man Ayton, can string along, something special this year. As well as Pelicans, McCollum has been playing well, Brandon Ingram has been playing well. Them two together, healthy, their winning percentage is really, really high, right? So, but this is the playoffs, so I'm gonna go with Suns, the first sweep of the playoffs. And 1-8 seed on the east side, Miami and Atlanta. And for this one, Atlanta will get one game. I'll give it one game, but it's another mismatch. Miami has a lot of firepower, a lot of guys that can guard Trey. As long as it can really contain Trey, you can always beat Atlanta. Miami got a lot of bulldogs that could contain him. As well they do as a collective group. I'm going with Miami with this one, and they're gonna get a lot of rest for the second round as well too, right? And Miami has a really good chance to win the chip, especially again Kyle Lowry, the leader, the missing ingredient that they've been missing for the last 2 years. The leader, the point guard, the true point guard that they need, having a championship already. He could teach them some things, right? So those are one of my favorites as well. Miami Heat to win it all. Atlanta, they start to string it on a little late, but they do have a lot of shooters surrounding Trey and so forth, right? So you never know if they can catch heat. Trey can catch heat 2 games, then they can put a lot of pressure on Miami to really buckle up and push it to 6 games, push it to 7 games. But I doubt it'll be that'll be the case, right? So yeah, I'm gonna go with Miami Heat with this one. Thank you guys for listening. I'm gonna do round 2 when that time comes up as well too, and so forth. So stay tuned. Peace out.